Good afternoon, Charleston. This is Vonnie Judge. I am the financial bootcamp coach. I have coached many into financial victory and look forward into coaching you in 2013. I am so excited to be in studio today. I have an awesome guest. I have Miss Raven Magwood. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. I am so excited as we are looking forward to our event on May 11th as we bring you into Charleston. Let people know who you are.
Well, my name is Raven Magwood, and I'm a 20-year-old author and motivational speaker. I graduated from Clemson University last year when I was only 19. I graduated from high school when I was 16, valedictorian with a 5.1 GPA, and I've been giving motivational speeches since I was 12 years old. And
Wow.
I travel around the country with my 3 books and my motivational speeches, informing people how they can unlock their full potential and achieve success. And I give some of my personal stories about becoming a national gymnastics champion and things of that nature, while also showing people my struggles, my failures, and how I was able to overcome that and achieve success.
That is awesome. That is such a mouthful because, I mean, in 20 years, I'm so excited about you coming to the low country to bring in, your wisdom because as you have been, with you doing, with your athletics, with you coaching now, with your motivational talks, I know that your passion, what is your passion? Would you say your passion is of all?
My passion is really helping other people live their best life and unlock their full potential. When I go into schools and I speak to kindergartners up until 12th graders up into, the college age, and I see them really hear what I'm saying and apply that to their lives and say, I want to be better people. I'm going to make better grades. I'm going to be a better athlete. I'm going to be a better person. That gives me so much joy. And when I have parents calling me, like the other day I had a middle school mom call me and say I just changed her daughter's life completely. She went from failing classes to making A's and B's on her tests. She went from fighting in school to being a great student and one of the principal's best helpers. So when I hear stories like that, it makes me realize this is what I was called to do. And I know that this is my passion through my writing skills, through my speaking skills, to impact people in a way that they can live their best life and unlock their full potential.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm so excited because as I was talking about you earlier at a meeting, one of the things I remember when I first met you and I came over to you and it was at a women's conference and I came over and I was like, oh, you're that lady. And your mom was like, oh, no, she's that girl. And so it is
Yes.
awesome to see that not only you have such a range of audience that you can that you're impacting. Um,
Yes.
so it is such an awesome blessing. And I remember your story as when you talked about when you introduced yourself and you say, okay, I am smart, and you were thinking about going another path before. Could you tell
Yes.
people about that and what made you decide to do this? I know it has to be something that's just woken into you up in you that said, okay, I'm going to go this other path.
Yes. At first, I tell people all the time, I never would have expected I'd be doing what I'm doing now. I was a really shy girl. I had low self-esteem, low confidence. So if someone were to tell me even 10 years ago that I would be this motivational speaker and traveling and speaking in front of thousands of people at one time and having thousands of people look up to me, I would say, you're crazy. And I went to school initially wanting to be a doctor. I was a pre-med student at Clemson University's Honors College, and I figured that's what I was supposed to be doing. People told me all my life, you're smart, you should be a doctor, and I internalized that. I went to school, I had a perfect 4.0 GPR, and I said, this is what I'm supposed to do. But I remember my mom pulling me aside one day and asking me, why did I want to be a doctor? And I could not give her a straight answer. I said, well, they make money, they help people, why not? People tell me I'm smart, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And she looked at me and she said, wrong answer. Try again. She said, if someone could pay you to do anything in the world, what would it be? And I said, I would write and I would speak. I love doing it. And she said, well, Raven, that's what you need to do. And from that point on, I changed my major to communication studies and English. I graduated still with a 4.0 GPR, but when I graduated, I knew that's what I was supposed to be doing. And now that's what I do for a living. I speak and I write and I inspire people, and I love every day of it.
That is awesome. That is encouraging because as women, even kids, as we decide what we're wanting to do. I remember being young, and people say, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" And you have all these different expectations, but it's not really your expectation. It's your parents, it's other people. But then you decide to choose your own path,
Yes.
to make your own way.
Yes,
And
exactly. And I tell people that all the time. When you wake up, you should love what you're doing. When you truly love what you're doing, you never have to work a day in your life. And the more and more I want something done, the less it feels like work. And so when I wake up every day, people ask me, "Well, what's your job? What do you do?" And I tell people all the time, I don't have a job. And I make very good money speaking, and of course with my books and now a movie. But I don't feel like it's work to me. I absolutely love what I'm doing, and I think that's the biggest blessing in the world.
that is awesome. Let's talk about your books. So tell me about I know you have three, but you've been writing for a long time. So let
Yes.
us know about that.
I published my first book when I was 12 years old. I wrote it when I was 11, and it's called On to Victory. It tells about my successes, becoming a national gymnastics champion, skipping 2 grades at that time, and really just being a successful 11-year-old. But it also tells about some of my struggles, the 3 surgeries I had that sidelined me from the sport of gymnastics, the chronic knee pain that I dealt with, people telling me that I was too young to really make an impact in the world, but I proved them wrong. And I tell that in this book, written through the eyes of an 11-year-old Raven, and we really market that now to elementary school students. My second book is called Double-Sided, and that book is my only fictional story, and it's about 2 girls, one black and one white, who run track for separate high schools. And they're working to get their segregated town to come together. But there's a major twist in the story that really makes the story, and I think people really, really love it, and that actually is the story that's being turned into a movie now as we speak.
That is awesome.
Yes, and then on top of that, my latest book that was published last year is called The 7 Practices of Exceptional Student Athletes. And I went after the idea that I wanted to inspire student athletes with 7 steps, what they need to do to be successful as a student, as an athlete, as a person. These are the same 7 steps I use, and I talked to a lot of different celebrities and famous athletes who said those are the steps they used as well. But what's been funny is I've had CEOs and coaches and parents and teachers tell me, that's not just for student athletes. I used those 7 steps too, and I accomplished my goal. So even though it's called the 7 Practices of Exceptional Student Athletes, I've gotten a great response internationally from individuals who aren't even athletic. So it's been really great.
It is awesome. I am so excited. Our group, Uplifting My Sisters, we are reading Double Sided. I'm excited about you turning this book into a movie. It's going to be a Hollywood movie and on the big screen, and such a major accomplishment at such a young age. How do you handle how do you still be humble in
I
spite
think
of all this?
Yes, I think my parents, when I was younger, did a really good job of telling me how hard I have to work to be successful, and how even though you might have a taste of success, it's hard to stay there. And as I got older, I really did learn that you can be successful at something, but it's really hard to stay on top. And that humbles me. It humbles me to know that I'm really making a difference in the world, and that it's not just me. It's a gift that God has given me to impact other people. And I know that I'm just a body on this earth, but God has really given me a lot, and to whom much is given, much is required. And so I give back a lot. I'm a strong believer in giving back. I tithe. I tithe, definitely. I'm just a really big, active person in my community. And I know that things can be taken away from you in a blink of an eye. And so I don't take anything for granted. I thank God every day for the gifts He's given me, and I want to just utilize it to the best of my ability. I never want to get complacent and think that there's nothing more for me to do, because there's a ton of things for me to do.
Wow, that is awesome. Where do you feel like your life is taking you? I mean, you're with celebrities, with different athletes. Where do you see yourself going in this journey?
I definitely see myself as an individual with a lot of different talents that can take me many different places. But the ultimate goal is to impact people, whether it's through my books, through my movies, through my speeches. Everything I do, I want someone to go away and say, I learned something. I want to be a better person because of what Raven said. And so really that's the ultimate goal for me. Now, years to come, I really want to be known in the movie industry as a producer, as a director, as a writer. I want to keep speaking and win awards for being a great speaker and impact people on a level that even I can't imagine right now. So those are things that I want to do as far as particular avenues in my life. But the ultimate goal really is everything I do, like I said, movies, books, speeches, I impact people.
That is awesome. I am so excited about you coming to the Low Country. And again, that is going to be on May 11th from 11 to 2 o'clock. We will be at the Old Brentwood Middle School, which is now Meminger and James Simmons, which is on 2685 Lees Avenue. I encourage you to come out. There will be lunch served. The tickets are $10. It is such it is an amazing opportunity to bring your kids and to be, whether you're older, looking for something, some inspiration, because like I said, she has such a range of audience.
Yes.
This is an opportunity that you can be inspired. To be inspired to do something greater in your life. Like I said, when I met you, we were at the Global Women's event.
Yes.
And it was such an awesome feedback, because there were women there who were like, they were taking notes. They were like,
Yes.
how old is she? She's 20 years old. She's 19 at that time. And we were taking notes, and we were like, wow. We were so impressed because of the wisdom. To me, is wisdom that you carry, that you possess with yourself, and the maturity that you have as you go forward. Let us know about some other upcoming events, where you'll be. I know you're probably very much active, and with the movie, tell us, let's start with the events, and then we'll go to the movie.
Okay, I speak a lot. I definitely travel at least a couple or a few times a week giving speeches. And if you're out there and you want to know how you can book me, you can go to my website. It's ravenmagwood.com. That's RAVENMAGWOOD.com. And I speak to elementary, middle, high schools, colleges, companies, churches. I speak everywhere. And so that definitely takes up a lot of my time, the speeches, and then, of course, I have book signings and things. My speeches are going to slow down a little bit in the coming weeks as we prepare for production of the movie.
So how's it going? I mean, when I spoke to your mom, she's like, you're geared up. She said that you're not taking a front row, and like you said, you kind of like want to be behind the scenes and producing. So let's talk about that a little bit, that experience.
Yes, it's definitely something different, but it's something that I enjoy. People ask me all the time, well, since you wrote the movie, are you starring in it? And I say, no, that's not really what I want to do as far as acting. Would I make a cameo? Of course. Have a supporting role in another film? Of course. But I don't necessarily see myself as an actress. Could that come? Yes. But I see myself more behind the scenes, a director, a producer, a writer, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So right now we're just in pre-production, getting everything together for production, and as soon as I have more updates that I'm allowed to share, I will be updating my fans on that.
That is awesome. But you know what? I can see you in that role, because what you do is you're coaching. Just like how you go and when you're speaking, you're coaching. And so with you being behind the scene, you're still coaching. And
yes.
So I can see you doing that.
Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's what I love to do. And like I said, if I can help another person reach their full potential, then I want to be a part of it in any way that I can.
That is awesome. Well, I'm going to take a quick pause.
Okay.
And we'll be right back after these commercials. Welcome back. This is Vonnie Judge. I am the Financial Bootcamp lady. I'm so excited that you're here with us in studio. We have a guest that is she is calling in, and I'm excited about it because she is Miss Raven Magwood. She has this book that we are reading right now that our group has read, Uplifting My Sister, and she'll be in Charleston on May 11th from 11 to 2. She'll be our featured speaker, and it's a great opportunity to be here with you, Miss Raven. How's everything going?
Oh, it's going great. It really is. With all of the upcoming events and everything going on, I feel really happy, and I feel like I'm in a good place to keep inspiring people and to keep touching people even for years to come.
That is awesome. So let me. I know with Double Sided, which is our book and things that we're really focusing on, and it's the movie that is up and coming. As we were telling our audience that we're looking forward to seeing this on the big screen. Let me ask you, what was your inspiration behind this book? You said it's a fictional book, but
Yes.
what was your inspiration?
Honestly, I remember coming out of the shower one day and having a stream of ideas. And I got on the computer and I just started writing idea by idea by idea. And it all just started flowing together and coming together. I'm not exactly even sure where it came from other than to say I got inspiration from God, honestly. I think that it was time for this book to be written and eventually the screenplay to be written. When it was published, it was received so greatly. And even to this day, people tell me how great the story is and how it really applies to life now.
Yes.
And how you can't judge people and you have to follow your heart. You can't give up. You have to learn to step outside of the box. So there's a lot of things in the book that people really relate to.
Yes.
And I love it. I love the response, and I just love the story.
And I am so excited because we had an opportunity last weekend to sit down with our girls to discuss this book, and we have girls from all walks of life. And one thing that I have to say, as they were talking about the characters and the different twists and turns in this book, how they can relate to some of the issues, even with
Yes.
even as we look at their personal life, where they are right now, and
Yes.
they're so much younger, but yet this book is so relevant, like for adults, and because we as an adult we understand, it talks about a little bit of discrimination, it talks about a little bit of trying to stand up even when it's not popular, and
Exactly.
and so taking a stance, and so we ask our kids, as one of the biggest things that I see in our culture today, or with our schools today, is like bullying is such a big issue.
Yes.
And so when we talked about that with the book, with discrimination, and we talked about bullying, and how do you take a stand even when it's not popular.
Yes.
And also with the students, they also had the feedback that they were truly inspired by it. They were
Yes. And
inspired to talk to other people that they probably would not have spoken to,
yes.
because of the fact that there at one time they were like, well, okay, I don't want to talk to such and such because they look different.
Exactly. And that's really one of the main messages of the story. You think that someone across the way is your enemy, and they turn out to be your best friend. And you never want to judge anyone. You just want to hear people's stories and just want to understand them and not pass judgment. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons to be learned from the story, as well as just not giving up on your dreams.
That is so true. And I think that also, too, what this book also reminds us is that we're all woven together. Our
Yes.
stories are just so woven together where, we may not understand sometimes, why things happen or why. But if we consider love and how God loves us and how we should love each other, it makes us connect. It makes us
Yes.
understand that we are truly woven together for a greater purpose.
Exactly.
And so I'm so excited about this book, and I look forward to having you with our kids on May 11th. And one of the biggest things that we're wanting to do during that presentation as you come forth and give your, to inspire the young kids, that we bring people from different backgrounds to be there, that we'll
Yes.
have African dancing. We'll also have someone who will be giving us salsa dancing, and they'll also bring some of their culture with them and talk about, what makes that culture unique and what different foods that they eat that may be different from, the Latino community, but yet at the same time, sometimes the ingredients that they use in one dish, it kind of like goes with the other dish. And so
Exactly. And that's one of the biggest lessons to be learned in life is that we're all similar.
yes,
We do things similar, and it's just really fun to see that come together. And I think with the story Double-Sided, you see that come together. You see just like one girl likes to dance and the other girl likes to dance, and one girl likes to do this and the other girl likes to do that, and they were slated to be enemies and can turn out to be best friends. And so I think that's definitely a great lesson to be learned.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm excited as we go forth. I encourage people, if they're interested in getting in contact with you, let them know again how to get in contact with you.
Yes, you can go to my website. It's ravenmagwood.com, which is RAVENMAGWOOD.com. There's a tab that says Book Raven, and you can book me for any upcoming event you may have. Like I said, I speak in schools, elementary, middle, high, colleges and universities, companies, churches, you name it, and I will be there. I love what I do. On top of that, you can find out more information about me if you just want to know more about what I do, maybe watch a few clips of my TV show or see me give a speech. That's also on my website, and I do this all the time. I love what I do. I love to inspire people, so whether it's young or old, please consider me having me come out so that I can make an impact on your audiences.
That is awesome. So let me ask you one more thing. You said that you have TV, or
Yes.
yes. What kind of TV?
I interviewed different celebrities and
Wow.
different organizations and people who just really had a story to tell. And the only reason why I'm on a hiatus right now is because of the movie and because I did go back to school last year in order to get my degree. So I just had so much going on, I could not be in production with the TV show as well. But hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be ready to start back up with some great interviews.
That is awesome because I didn't know that you did that. I know that
Yes.
you have the books and the motivational speaking and things of that nature, but I just did not know about the TV. So that is such another awesome opportunity for you to get the message out to inspire.
Exactly. Yes.
So let me ask you this. As everyone, and I heard it, and I just want everyone else to hear it again. When you leave this earth, what kind of imprint do you want to leave? Because everybody wants to leave something that's going to carry on beyond them. What is your
Yes.
message that you're wanting?
For years to come and for years after I'm gone, I want to be known as someone who inspired a generation and generations to come. I want people to look at my story and want to do better, to be better, to become a better person, to go after their dreams. And I think that God put me on this earth to really help people unlock their full potential, to achieve success, to live their best life. So I want people to remember me as someone fun to be around, and a great girl, a great young woman, but at the same time, someone who really inspired them to get to that next level of success in their life.
That is awesome. Ms. Raven, I thank you so much for being with us on Judge Financial Radio Show. We look forward to seeing you on May 11th from 11 to 2 at Brentwood Brentwood Middle School. And I'm just inspired, and I know that many of the audience are inspired. We also have tickets that we are giving away. If you're interested in having your kids to come, if you're interested in coming to this event, I encourage you to call me right now at 843-364-3603, 843-364-3603. I'm very thankful to all of my sponsors from Mary Joseph State Farm, as well as School Choices, as well as a host of other people who have supported this move, Solid Rock Christian Church, as well as Brentwood, which is Menninger and James Simmons School. So I encourage you, if you're interested, give us a call right now at 843-364-3603. And again, I thank you so much for tuning in to Judge Financial Radio Show. My name is Vonnie Judge, and I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you next week as we have more and more work to do in the kingdom. God bless you. Yes.